excited to present Mr. Cedric Cobb, world-renowned fashion technology manufacturer to local and national celebrities alike, whose witty invention, the best pocket square holder, has won him fortune and fame on Shark Tank and other reality TV shows. Good afternoon, Cedric. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Angelia.
Hey.
I'm so happy to be here.
I am so glad that you are here. I mean, it's not often that someone from St. Louis makes it up to Hollywood and
Yeah, and guess what? I don't really have any talent, so that's pretty good.
Well, you do. I mean, apparently you do.
Yeah, I have enough. I think I had enough to squeak on in.
Yes. I mean, you know, when I first met you, I think it was maybe the mid-2000s, like 2006 at the Urban League as a young professional.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I remember you all coming in and, you know, I had been at the Urban League for maybe about 3 or 4 years at that point. And we were just all starting off in our careers. And when you look at the trajectory of how so many young professionals have become successful in their own right. I mean, I look at Tashara Jones, the mayor, you know, I mean, there are a lot of presidents and mayors that are a part of the Urban League Young Professionals, and you are one of them.
I am one of them. You just took me way back.
Way
back. That was a lot of fun. I got to tell you, you were a great mother hen for us too.
Because thank you.
Sometimes we'd be in those meetings and not necessarily being on track like how we should be.
Yeah.
So thanks for bringing some order to us. We needed it.
Of course. Yeah, we had to bring it back in full circle, but I think we were all having such a good time because everyone was young, starting off in their careers, college educated, and you know, you all were phenomenal, even back then. And I remember one time when I was running through there trying to clean everything and turn off lights, and you all were there, and you looked at me and you said, you know what, you're a hard-working woman.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing what people remember that you say, but I was like, yeah, you're right, I do work.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
You can put some people to shame if people sit back and watch and go, whoa, I'm really not doing enough.
Oh. Thank you, you're too kind, you're too kind. So tell me about your journey from the YPs to where you are now.
Oh, dear God, your segment's not long enough for that. You
Yeah,
know,
you
that's
never know.
crazy.
Go
but,
ahead.
you know, let me give you the Reader's Digest version, okay? So when we start talking about being a part of the Urban League Young Professionals, that was really great. I wasn't too many years back into St. Louis after getting my degree. And it was just a great platform to really be able to connect with other people that were very similar. But progressing through corporate America, being promoted constantly, being recruited, constantly taking on bigger roles and being executives in the companies and whatnot, I knew everything was going to terminate to being an entrepreneur eventually. My mother exposed me to that very young. She sold Mary Kay and jewelry and all kinds of other things. And really as we kind of progressed through all of that, again, I knew it was going to terminate to that. So that's what led me to coming up with a product that could actually fix a problem that men have had for over a century.
Yes.
And so that product is called the Best Pocket Square Holder. So that right there is a product that actually, shameless plug, this is what the product looks like. So you squeeze it open. Okay, this is the product right here, the Best Pocket Square Holder. You style your pocket square, you drop it in there the way that you need to, and insert the whole thing into your jacket pocket, and it's going to stay there all day and doesn't fall down. This is a major problem for men.
Wow.
And it's a dignified product to use. It's not paper clips, it's not tape, it's not, you know, a piece of mail, somebody's got a rubber band wrapped around it, fixes that. And that afforded us an opportunity to be on the #1 reality show in the country, which is Shark Tank. And that ride, and here's a couple fun facts for you about it. A lot of people don't know. And I can share this now, but there's over 50,000 people that try out for the show every year.
Wow.
Yeah, and they whittled that down to only 125 companies that they will air on national television per year.
That's amazing.
So it's a very rare space.
So you were literally almost like 1 in a million.
Yes.
You know,
literally.
I mean, really.
Literally. And out of the 14 years it's been around, they still don't have 1,000 businesses that's ever been featured on it yet.
Wow.
It's a very rare space.
Wow.
So I'm happy to be a part of that fraternity, but most of all, I'm happy to be from St. Louis, which is so cool to represent us.
Yes, I always try to represent St. Louis, you know. It's home, you know, no matter wherever you go, St. Louis is still always home. So
yeah, I'm proud. I'm always going to have roots here.
Yes. So So your product made it out of 50,000 people. That is awesome. And not only did you get on the show, but tell us about what happened.
Okay, so here we go. So being on the show, obviously nerve-wracking. You're there for like 5 days, and you're practicing and practicing your pitch. That's the only thing you do is practice that. Once you get in the Shark Tank, it's completely organic. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know anything about anything. And so I was actually in there for 58 minutes, but they whittled it down to 10 minutes and 50 seconds for television. And so while I was in there, I just said, you know, I really want to represent my city well. Because when I started off my pitch, I said, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. So I drew the arches with my fingers. Right. They love that.
Yes.
And while I was in there, I ended up coming down between two people for me to get a deal.
Oh, wow.
So it came between Mr. Wonderful, which I told him I'll never call you Mr. Wonderful.
Right.
I'll call you Mr. O'Leary, right?
Right.
And it came down to Damon John, which you know is the founder of FUBU. And Damon swooped in at the last minute and actually took the deal. So we got a handshake deal for $200,000 on the show, which was just so cool. When I got done, the senior producers were so excited, like, you killed it in there, you did a great job. Awesome. We had a lot of fun, and I wish you guys could have saw the whole episode. It was so much great content.
So you did the ugly cry and
you know what? I didn't do the cry.
You didn't do the ugly cry.
I didn't do the cry.
For $200,000?
I was so excited. excited. I came out of the Shark Tank clapping and yelling. I think I started reverting back to my basketball days.
Okay.
Is what it was. I felt more like championship, not like we lost the championship.
Right. So you're like, yeah. Like, okay.
I was too excited to be sad.
Right. Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. So Damon John, and then you got hooked up with Ray Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ray Lewis is one of my business partners. For those that don't know, he's a freaking legend when it comes to football. He's a great motivational guy and whatnot. I've been dressing him for about 4.5 years. So when you see him on NFL networks.
He's always fly.
Always. I appreciate that. That's all me.
Yes, and you are too.
Thank you so much. But no, he really has the advantage of not having to really think about his wardrobe. I literally pick everything, style everything, iron every shirt, steam every suit. It's really quite awesome. It's also afforded me an opportunity to be on a couple other reality shows too. So I've been on Vanderpump Rules, which was the #1 reality show on Bravo TV for quite some time, and I did their wedding. I did Jax and Brittany's wedding at the Kentucky Castle, which was really cool. 17 groomsmen. I just came to take care of all the groomsmen.
I was watching that. It looked great.
Yeah.
It looked great. Yeah, I saw the pictures. Yeah.
It was featured on the front of People magazine too. So that was really cool.
You're so humble. I mean, he's been all at these Hollywood parties and
a lot of Super Bowl parties and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It is a lot of fun. Yes. But I'm not really a partier, so that's probably why I don't really talk about it that much. I'm really more of a people watcher, to be quite honest with you.
Yes.
So I can sit back and watch other people have fun.
See, I'm like that too.
Some of the shenanigans is really entertaining. I'm like, that was cool. I had a good time. It's like, but you didn't do anything.
Right, I was watching y'all.
I got to watch you guys make a fool out of yourselves. That was fun for me. And then I also did the wedding for Vaughn and Trina Braxton from Braxton Family Values. They actually got married here in St. Louis.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they got married here in St. Louis, so took care of them. She had no bridesmaids, none. It was all men. And her.
Oh.
It was really interesting. Yeah, that was also.
I'm not mad at her.
Her sisters are a lot to deal with.
Her
sisters are a lot to deal with.
Didn't want to,
so they had a chance to come and just party and hang out and have a good time.
Look at you hanging with Tony Braxton's family.
Yeah. Her dad is amazing. That dude is hilarious.
Really?
He should have been a comedian. I'm telling you.
Oh, wow.
He had me laughing the whole weekend.
Wow.
It was a good time.
So in addition to the fame and the fortune. The business. Tell us about how the business has grown.
So again, obviously, COVID changes a lot of things.
Yes.
When a lot of people ask me, "Hey, Cedric, how's it doing?" Hey, faithing and fighting, baby. That's what we're doing. We're faithing and fighting. That's what we do.
Right.
Our business was built off faith and is going to definitely stay that way.
I love it.
And me plus God is a majority. So
Always.
that's it. As long as we're on the
Always.
same page, we're good.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
have, we've taken all of our priorities because we were doing a lot of different things, and we focused it down onto just 4 things. So we do retail, but we focus a lot more on wholesale. So we got over 500 points of distribution across the country. We've sold our product in over 62 countries and counting, which is cool. It's probably, I think we're up to about 40 different celebrities, pro athletes, and television personalities who wear the product. So we love, love, love doing that. And guess what? It's prom season.
Yes.
So it's time to make sure these young men look their best, because this is about the best they're ever going to look until or whenever they decide to get married.
Right.
So it's kind of like 2 best times you look your best is prom and when you get married.
Pretty
and the
much.
boys are going all out now.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
boys are going
all
out now. I'm so proud of those guys.
Yes.
So that's really
and it's good for the bottom line.
It is good for the bottom line. Let's get that pocket
let's get
together,
that pocket.
man. Let's get those pockets
and
together.
you also sell other accessories.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
absolutely.
the ties and
ties, bow ties, shoes. We even got some specialty luggage too, which is really cool. It's called an Executive Weekender, which is just pretty neat. That's a whole nother thing.
Love
but
it.
that's best wardrobe solutions in a nutshell right
I
now
love
in
it.
2022.
So did you go to school for marketing, or how did you,
Oh my
or business
God.
admin? What did you do?
Marketing was not a part of that, but I did get my business management degree from Pittsburgh State University.
Okay.
But business has always been in my blood.
Right,
to
because
do
your
that.
mom, you were trained at home.
And I didn't know how
right.
it would manifest itself exactly.
Right.
I just knew eventually all roads was going to lead to entrepreneurship, but I had no idea what that was going to look like exactly.
Wow.
I didn't know if I was going to help her with her business or whatnot, but when God gave me that idea to say, no, I need you to fix this problem,
Yes.
it's a lot of work to invent a product.
I believe it. You know,
It's a
and
lot of
I
work.
read your story about how you saw Steve Harvey fixing a pocket hanky.
Drove me
hard.
crazy.
Yeah. I know that wasn't the word for it, but he was using the fabric tape.
Oh God, exactly.
And so So
I was
that's
offended actually, because I'm like, Steve is arguably the sharpest dressed man in America.
He has his own clothing line, right?
A sharpest dressed man. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you're using to hold us in place. But everybody doesn't have a stylist that's coming back and forth in between each break to style your pocket square like
That's
how he
true.
does.
Right.
What about us regular dudes,
Right.
right? And so I said, I need to figure out how to go ahead and fix this problem.
Right. So everybody can be sharp like Steve, right?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if he still wears them or not, but Steve actually had a few of them custom made by us. We put his name on them and everything.
Wow.
I went to the show, I was able to actually present them to him. So his stylist says I'll definitely make sure he wears them, but I'm not sure if he still wears them today. But Steve looks great.
Yes, he does.
I
Yes, he
appreciate
does.
his brand image is really
Definitely
good
the
for us to
Family
see.
Feud. That's all.
Oh man. Oh my goodness.
He has really made that show
It's
his
a
own.
flat out fashion
Yes.
show. It is. I don't know who's going to be able to follow him.
Right, because he brings it.
I don't know who they ever get to follow him.
Right, yeah. He brings it
He's
all the
literally
time.
putting that thing in a whole nother stratosphere. They may
Yes.
as well just make him a partner. And
I know,
just,
because they're gonna have to. Yeah, they have to go to fashion school. Whoever's coming
wheel
next,
him out
right?
there in a wheelchair when he gets old and let him do it.
or something. Give it to his son. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Something. They got to figure it out.
Yes,
Have
yes.
co-hosts, a girl, a lady,
Yeah.
and a woman. They got to be really
Right.
creative to beat Steve
Yeah,
at
they
this
gotta be
point.
fly. They gotta be fly. So, congratulations on all the success that you have had.
Thank you.
And what I really, appreciate about you is that not only are you successful, but you are giving back
Yes,
to
ma'am.
other entrepreneurs. So, if you could tell us a little bit about your book,
Oh yeah.
Witty Ideas.
I'm so excited about
And
this book.
Inventions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is called Witty Ideas and Inventions, the ultimate 12-step guide to help you launch. It's
Okay.
something that I wish that I had had. If I could speak to the 8-9 year ago Cedric, I'd say, Cedric, look, this is what you need to do, right?
Yes, yes.
And so, but the difference is, it's probably the perfect blend between high tech and high touch.
Right.
The reason why I say it is because not only is it me, obviously with all the text helping you understand it, there's some things you got to do, some things you got to write down and understand what you're doing and why you're doing them. But I have 7 QR code features in here.
Oh,
and those
okay.
features, you can scan the features, and it's me in a podcast studio talking to you about, number one, I'll read the introduction to you. And then when we get into other sections like
So it's like a
ideation
training.
and
Yeah.
faith and belief and things of that nature, once we get into all of that, you can click that and I'll kind of set the tone for you. I share some stories you probably never heard me ever share before.
Okay.
And you literally will feel like you and I walked through the book together and you know exactly what you need to do.
I love it.
The
I
ultimate
love it.
premise is we don't want you to take your ideas to the grave.
Right.
That's what's happening. That's the
True.
wealthiest place in the world.
Yes.
I believe, the cure for cancer could be in the grave. The cure for AIDS could be in the grave. The cure for syphilis, and you know what I mean?
Right,
all those things
all
is
those
sitting
ideas,
6
and
foot
people
under
just
somewhere.
never implemented
They
them.
never do
Never
it because
acted on them.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It is absolutely
Yes.
terrifying to
Yes.
launch something. But there's other ways you can do it, and you don't have to build a company to do it. You can
Right.
build it to sell it. You can come up with the idea, package it, get an NDA, and sell it to someone, and become a
Right.
piece, be a partner. There's a lot of different ways you can get
You
ideas
are
out.
a natural entrepreneur.
Yes, ma'am.
You really are. I mean, just ingrained. I mean, you almost remind me of a young David Stewart.
Oh, that
You know.
guy. Oh,
You know.
I love David Stewart,
Yeah.
and he's a true man. Both him and his
Yes.
wife are true people
Yes,
of faith,
yes.
and also I didn't realize he has the largest African American owned company in the entire country.
Yes, he does.
Wow,
Worldwide technology.
that
Yes.
is amazing. And he had the guts to name his company Worldwide Technologies before
Yes.
it was ever worldwide.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
said, now that is really cool.
Yes, and some of the key words that I've heard you say was faith.
Yes.
You know, faith, and then something that I heard while you were talking in my mind was confidence.
Yes.
We have to have confidence. You have to believe in yourself.
You got to believe it.
What advice would you give to a up and coming entrepreneur, someone who's thinking about starting a business but don't have the confidence to start it?
I would say this, similar to any presentation I've ever done before, is information breeds confidence, is what it does. If you have enough information, like for instance, in the retail space, I'm a subject matter expert of what I do. I know the statistics, I know who's selling what, how much is it going for, I know who owns the biggest segment in the men's area, well, all those different things. When you have that information,
Yes.
it makes you a great counterpuncher, like a boxer. So if someone swings and they ask you a question, you can duck and you can hit them with an
Right.
answer in the flow of the conversation that makes the most sense. So I would say, then when you have enough information, it should automatically start to give you so much confidence because you're speaking on facts. So
Right,
if
you know
anyone
what you're
tries
talking
to,
about.
if
Right,
someone
know what
comes
you're
up
talking about,
and say,
right.
well, oh, that's not true. No, actually it is. Here, let me cite my source, and then it ends the conversation.
It does.
You know what I mean? It's
It
not
does.
speculatory. You're not using your feelings, but you're using facts to breed more confidence. So many people only have ideas, they don't have a vision. You have a vision when you have enough information where you can actually protect your idea.
Yes.
And once you have a vision, then provision typically comes after that, because that's what you're going to be looking for. That's what's going to permeate from your pores as you talk to people. They go, wow, she's really confident about what she has. Maybe I need to figure out a way to be on board with that, right?
Yes,
That's
yes.
what happens. But when you're timid about your idea, okay, she's
Right,
not
she don't know what
serious.
you're talking
When
about.
people mention
Right.
things and they call their
Right.
business little, I got this little business on the side. I got this little thing
You're
here.
downplaying yourself.
Everybody's going
Right.
to look at it as little. And guess
Right.
what? They're going to
Yeah.
want to negotiate with you too.
Right.
But if you present what you have, like David Stewart, it was worldwide technologies before it was ever worldwide.
Yes, yes.
People start to buy into that because I guarantee you,
had a
the way
vision.
he spoke about it, the way he behaved about it, the way he casted a vision for it, you
Yes.
go, wow, he's going to do it. And I
Yes.
don't want to miss out. So let me
Right.
get on
Let me
board
get
with
in
it
now.
too.
Right,
So
right.
information, to be willing to do your research is going to really help you have enough confidence to get out there and do it. And obviously using books like this. Now, David is a billionaire.
Yeah.
I've had an opportunity to read his book and have an interaction with him before,
Definitely,
but
yeah.
I also have a billionaire who wrote the foreword to my book.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's Jeff Hoffman he's a co-founder of Priceline.com. His
Yes.
company went from 0 to $1 billion in 4 years.
Wow.
So when I
Wow.
reached out to him
Yes.
about writing the foreword to it, I said, well, who else knows more about witty ideas than you? You changed the
Right.
whole way we travel.
did, changed
you
the
know,
game.
you changed
Right.
the whole way we travel.
Yes.
So that's who wrote the foreword to the
Right.
book, and he was really, really excited to do it. So not too bad from a little old guy from
I
St.
know,
Louis. huh?
I know, and you changed the game as well.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, with the pocket, holder, protector thing.
Yeah. Holder. Not protector.
You can tell when I don't have notes,
That's
right?
so good. That's so
You know,
good.
but you did. You know, I mean, you went from seeing a superstar
Yeah.
on TV
Amen.
using fabric tape
Yeah.
to creating the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and it reminds me of the scripture to study to show yourself approved. So if you have a business, you have an idea that you want to do, you have to study.
Yeah.
You know,
you do.
you have to study.
You
You
do.
have to do your research. You
You
have
gotta
to
do the research.
You know, so that no one can give you a question that you don't know anything about your craft.
Exactly right. And you know, to your point with that, I'll tell you that was one of the things they said when I was in the Shark Tank too.
Yes.
He said, Cedric, you're one of the best salespeople we've ever met before. And I was like, wow, why didn't you guys feature that on TV? I wish you'd have put that on there. So that one didn't make the cut, right?
Right, give me that.
But then the other one, they said, you have an answer for everything. I said, because I trained myself to be a good counterpuncher. I have all the information. I'm the subject matter expert. So when you ask a question, I'm already there with you.
Right.
Thank you for asking that question.
Right.
That's a good one. I'm
You're
glad you asked that.
You're never saying, I'll get back with you.
Never.
You're saying,
no.
Yeah,
no,
here it is.
No.
Right.
But if you ever have to table that, you want to keep a good flow of your interaction. Because once you lose that connection, then a spiral starts, right? So that's a good question. And I should know the answer to that, and unfortunately I don't, but I definitely will. But in the spirit of keeping the conversation going, what about this? Right? And so many people get hung up and then they lose it because they think they have to be perfect.
Right, then it's downhill and you walk home with your head down, you go and cry.
You don't have to do it. You do not have to do it. And Angelia, I want to tell you, I have a huge affinity for entrepreneurs as well. I have some things, some training programs for entrepreneurs as well that's going to be really good. So stay tuned for that as well.
I'm excited. Yes, we need those. We need those. And so, how can someone get in touch with you?
Oh, it's good. Well, the best way to get a hold of me directly, and obviously if you get a hold of me, we can start talking about all the other things I do too. So it's my website, which is CedricCobb.global.
Love it.
That's it. It's really simple. CedricCobb.global, and you pretty much can find out everything about me. We do speaking, training, all of that, and obviously we'll make you look good too. All right. And we can teach you some entrepreneurship as well.
Yes. Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations on all that you're doing.
So congratulations to you. And I think you may need to consider changing the name of yours to Eagle Global Productions.
I was thinking that.
I am telling you, you do an amazing job. I've seen your interviews; they are outstanding, and it just has a beautiful level of polish on it. So you are definitely cross over borders, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, the show is called Destined to Soar, so we're destined to soar. Well, thank you so much for coming on, okay?
Yeah, pleasure.
All right.
My pleasure.
You're watching the TV Network.